everybody has their own rebellion. So I guess that means that everybody has their own sacrifice as well. Hey fellow Force users, what is up? It's Jasmine, the AhsokaTanoFan. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So guys, it is time for another episode of Andor. So last episode was definitely an intense one. Things in the prison are getting quite intense. They found out what happened to the inmates on level 2. It sounds like somebody was released and then put back in the prison by accident. They killed everybody because they didn't want people knowing the truth. So that was really cold. It just shows the extent that the Empire is willing to go through to protect its image and also just to force complete obedience from its people. And they're starting to talk about escape now. So I'm assuming we're going to see that prison break soon, maybe this episode. If not this one, then definitely the next. They're definitely building towards that. So we got to see what happens with that. One of you mentioned Melshi as well, the man from Rogue One who worked alongside Cassian. Sorry, I think that kind of just slipped my mind momentarily because it has been a while since I've seen Rogue One. But yeah, that was definitely a nice tie-in they did to show just exactly where he and Cassian met one another. As far as the other storylines, we also see Mon Mothma starting to branch out. She's going to be introduced, it looks like, to some sort of crime lord to help her with her money problems. So she's running into her own issues there. Of course, poor Bix is being interrogated. So we have to see what happens with her. How is she going to escape? Is she going to be rescued? Is she going to be let go? Are they going to kill her? Deidre, her and Cyril did have a moment there. A couple of you talked about this as well. It's hard to tell whether or not Cyril is going to be somebody that works alongside her and admires her that way, or if he's going to kind of turn into the creepy dude, or if he's going to just turn into something so much darker. Are they kind of setting him up to be the most ruthless or one of the most ruthless members of the Empire? So anyways, guys, I don't want to speculate too much. Let's blast our way into the episode and check out what's in store for us. Oh, poor guy. Shows how cold the Empire is. Even when one of their own pass away, they still don't let them touch them or nothing. It's still like hands behind the head, you know?
It has to be tomorrow. We'll never have a better chance. Right now, they're afraid. They just killed 100 men to keep them quiet. What would you call that? I'd call that power. Power doesn't panic. 1,000 men are about to find out they're never living here alive. Don't you think that worries them upstairs?
Damn, that was some deep dialogue right there.
It might be wise to have a plan.
We have a plan! They'll replace Olaf tomorrow. That might not happen again until it's too late.
Yeah, he's right, man. I like that dialogue. I call that power. Power doesn't panic. That's deep.
A doctor came out.
Didn't do much, did he?
Chief, no! He said they'd made a mistake. Sent back a man who'd just been released. They fried 2 shifts to keep it quiet.
No one is getting out!
That's the truth right there. Unless we do something about it.
We're gonna die here. So let's get our heads back in our cells and start figuring this out.
By figuring it out, he means escape.
Towing it in, sir.
Pilot dead, ship adrift. Catherine Rescue Salvage reports unresponsive GPE 7000.
Who is this pilot?
I don't think we should step away. We should do what we normally do. Unidentified ship, dead pilot. We'd want to take a look, wouldn't we?
We are done with counting shifts. There is only one way out.
I hope they got a solid group, man. Hope nobody rats them out. They're just waiting for the man to come down that's going to replace Olaf. Is this back on Ferrex?
Dr. Malmoy,
Are they going to Marvelous?
what to do. She needs her meds, she knows it. But we caught her hiding. And she'd rather keep eating than let you pretend to...
Oh, Cinta. What you gonna do?
I was here once, 30 years ago. Has it changed much? Didn't pay enough attention.
Is this the crime lord that Mon Mothma was talking about?
One of the indulgences of great wealth is freedom from other people's opinions.
You've made your point.
Yes, everyone says you're very direct. I've met your husband several times.
I'm sure.
Many cultures don't fully appreciate the clarity of the Chandrilan marriage. Boundaries can be liberating. They always have value.
We understand each other.
She's got good one-liners. Man, could they sit any further apart?
Alternative financing arrangements for our foundation.
People such as yourself sometimes feel that by taking advantage of the opportunity, they're tarnished. The money's yours. Family wealth is a thing to be proud of, and you ought to be able to move it as you like with your privacy intact. The empires need regulation. Are as cumbersome as they are avoidable. They've made a game of it, and we play.
Interesting point, though.
What will it cost?
I want no fee. Money means very little to me at this point.
Damn, must be nice to say that.
I'd prefer not to owe any favors. I'd feel far more comfortable paying you for your trouble.
A drop of discomfort may be the price of doing business.
The dialogue's so interesting in this show, guys.
I have a 14-year-old son. I'd like to bring him with me.
Why?
You can't be serious.
Oh, to engage,
I'm
to
not asking for betrothal.
marry to her daughter?
Talking about.
An introduction. The daughter's 13.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Two young people, attractive and privileged.
This reminds me of like Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon, arranging for marriages.
Is that your only offer?
I'm afraid so.
Tay will see you out.
Oh my gosh. I was gonna say he's gonna want something from her down the road, but I guess I wasn't expecting a marriage proposal or
Lot to think about.
a setup.
I'm thinking about it.
That's the first untrue thing you've said.
She's got her work cut out for her. I guess she's realizing quickly that she's gonna have to make some sort of sacrifice to do what she wants to do.
He wants a meeting. I don't like the timing.
You don't like anything. Stop wasting time. It's been a year.
There we go with wasting time again. Deidre says the same thing.
Well, if it's a trap, we've already lost.
Interesting perspective.
I pretend to be dead and die till you put up a fight.
Oh, so is the man coming down now?
Keep it moving!
Oh. I mean, I agree with Cassian though, because if you pretty much know that you're never getting out and you're probably gonna die, it's worth a shot. Like, what do you have to lose? Literally nothing. So what's he doing? Cutting the power here? Sorry if my eyes look tired today, guys. I'm actually watching on my phone because my TV's having issues. So my phone's being held in the middle of my ring light, so it's actually kind of hurting my eyes looking at it for so long. But you gotta make do.
I said eyes front. Where is he? Calm down. How?
Thought you were dead already.
Kind of am wondering what's gonna go wrong at this point, because the heist obviously didn't go as planned. Is he causing a leak? There we go. It's pretty intense still. Oh! They're all armed, right? Or most of them? He looks wet though.
You man on the floor! Hold your positions!
What's their code word or signal?
Engaged.
Is he gonna try and like short circuit it or something like that?
Did you say to me?
I said nothing.
I mean, if you want to say something, you should say it now. Start.
Good, guys. Create a distraction. There you go. Hopefully they don't shoot them though. There it is. Good, good, good. Go, 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 go now. I hope he doesn't shoot him though. Uh-oh. Okay, good. Oh no, he got shot. Oh shit. Come on, guys. No. They've got to get that guy. They got to get their blasters. But they'd probably deactivate the blasters once they were stolen though.
Get on the table!
Yeah. Shit. Oh, okay, so they short-circuited the whole thing somehow, so they lost power. Let's go! Get the blaster from him. And hopefully they don't have time or be able to deactivate it. The reason I say that is because in the Clone Wars, during the Wookiee arc, that's what happened with them. They deactivated the Wookiees' blasters as soon as the Padawan stole them, or as soon as Ahsoka stole them. Come on, guys. I've never wanted a plan to work so badly. There you go, Cassian. Oh, crap. What's gonna happen? Are they gonna start killing people, or are they gonna feel the... Oh, they're feeling the water from the leak.
I'm looking at the water break.
I've got service warnings on every panel.
Get over there and check it out.
This is actually good because when they send the guards to check out the leak, then that's leaving that area with less guards too. So it gives those prisoners a chance to escape.
Go, go, go!
Oh man, wait till Daedra hears about this. They're like, what the hell?
One way out! Come on, fight!
Go, guys, go. How do they actually get out of there, though? Damn. This is an epic prison break. Was that Cassian? Yeah, he's a good shot, man. Oh no, that wasn't Cassian.
Complete program protocol will commence in 40 seconds. Any deviation
Or failure to comply will result in unit-wide activation.
It means they have 40 seconds to get out, basically.
Make the epicenter
It's over.
Too late. Turn it off!
That could mean so many things.
Oh, he's just stalling.
Shut down the floors, everywhere!
Do it.
How do they know they're really doing it, though, not just calling for backup?
Cut the power.
It's all hydro. Once we turn it off, it takes months to get it back up and running again.
Does he look like he cares?
It has the hydrogens.
Ho 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 ho.
On program, now!
Oh, it's not so fun when the shoe's on the other foot, is it? What happened? What's wrong?
Tell him what to do.
Is he bad?
You do this every day. Tell him what to do.
Why is he hesitating?
We are, at this moment, in control of the facility.
Is that the best you got?
How many of us make it out? All of that is now up to us. All the floors are cold. They don't have enough guards, and they know it. We will never have a better chance than this.
That's what Andor told him. Cassian.
They fried 100 men on level 2. That they are making up our sentences as we go along. Now we know that when they say we are being released, we are being transferred. And that ends today.
Yep.
There is one way out. We can fight half as hard as we've been working. We will be home in no time.
Yeah. It's making me nervous how long they're spending out there, though. Up there. That's the doctor. It has to be bad for the Empire, because when word gets out that they're doing this in their prisons, then that's going to destroy their reputation, right? Oh no, don't fall, guys. Don't fall. What's going to happen when they get out there, though? Oh, fuck it. I'm jumping. Yeah, I'll just do a nice dive. He can't swim?
Can't swim.
Damn it, he can't swim? Man, can you hold on to someone? Like, he can't stay there. Oh, Deidre's gonna lose her shit when she finds this out. So is this the meeting?
Congratulations.
On what?
Your daughter.
How do you know that?
You've become a father.
It's not fair. Watching me. There's a new supervisor rising. Bedroom Hero. Started looking into stolen Imperial naval equipment, and now she's looking for a link to Aldani.
No, he's trying to warn him.
Buttercat likes her.
Well, this is good, because she's wasting time.
That's ironic because she hates wasting time.
She just captured a rebel pilot. They turned him immediately and staged an accident. They'll be slaughtered. You have to warn them.
To what end?
He's gonna let them all be killed like that? Oh, there he is. Is he really that different from the Empire then?
I can't do this anymore.
We took a vow.
I'm giving you dead Ramiro. Spell House, I'm warning you about Ferrix. I'm honoring my vow.
So what was your plan? What were you planning to tell the ISB?
Oh shit, sorry. This guy's in the ISB, okay.
We've been grooming you for too long. There's no pleasure in saying it, but you're going nowhere.
Damn.
And what do you sacrifice?
Good question.
Calm, kindness, kinship, love. Some made my mind a sunless space. I share my dreams with ghosts. I yearn to be a savior against injustice without contemplating the cost, and by the time I look down, there's no longer any ground beneath my feet. I'm condemned to use the tools of my enemy. I burn my life to make a sunrise that I know I'll never see. So what do I sacrifice? Everything!
Oh, that was not the answer I was expecting.
Just stay with me, Lonnie. I need all the heroes I can get.
Damn, that was quite a deep answer, I'm not gonna lie. It shows the mental toll that it takes on these people who are planning the rebellion. So what happened to Kino? Did he ever get off? Because he couldn't swim. Oh, it's done. Okay. Shoot. All right, so very well done episode. These last few episodes have really been incredible from the series, I have to say. The first thing I want to talk about actually is the rebellion this episode. I think it was definitely portrayed in a bit of a darker light. For one, you see Luthen basically not willing to let Lonnie go at the end there, and almost implying that he would either blackmail him or maybe do something even further than that and kill him to protect the rebellion's secrets. You saw his assistant a couple episodes back talk to Vel about potentially needing to take care of Cassian, right? And so if you have these rebels that are willing to go to those lengths to protect the secrets of the rebellion, is it fair to say that the lines are becoming so blurred now that they're almost similar to the Empire in certain ways? It's a very complex issue, and I appreciate that the show is showing this more nuanced perspective of it. Are they behaving similarly to the Empire here in the sense that they're willing to do whatever it takes and stop at nothing to do what needs to be done? It's definitely a darker perspective that we're seeing from this series if you compare to, say, Star Wars Rebels, where the rebels kind of were portrayed as being mostly on the same page, kind of all working together, but we never quite saw this side to it. So yeah, that part of the episode was really, I definitely appreciated to see a new perspective that I hadn't seen before. There's also a lot more undercover people that were being introduced to here. We saw Lonnie at the end there. Sorry, my bad. I didn't recognize him right away at first because I think of what he was wearing. Like I'm used to seeing him in the uniform, but of course he works for the Empire, for the ISB, and he even works alongside Deidre, has been helping her and her conquest to unearth the roots of this rebel network. Now we see that he's living a double life, that he's really actually a rebel agent. Makes you realize, wow, like just how many of these people are there. We even saw Tala and Kenobi. She was kind of like this. She was working for the Empire, but then was really working for the rebellion. So there's a lot more people than we might think. It makes you wonder, in the original trilogy, when we see attacks mounted against the Empire, you know, or even the Death Star being destroyed, you kind of wonder how many of these people that were caught in the middle were actually rebel operatives that were just assumed to be working for the Empire, because these people are presumably kept a secret from the rest of the rebels. And it's kind of one-sided because men like Lonnie, they may know who is a rebel, or they may have a good guess, especially if they meet them in battlefield, but there's no way that the rebel would know that he is also working for the rebellion. It's both heartwarming and disturbing. It's heartwarming knowing that people who work for the Empire do sympathize with the rebel movement, but it's just heartbreaking to know that they may be caught in the middle of all this and be unknowingly killed by rebels. I guess it also makes you wonder how many of these Imperial officers were perhaps forced to kill a rebel or launch a rebel attack to avoid blowing their own cover, because they have to obviously make sure that the Empire doesn't suspect them of being a double agent, right? So they're really caught in the middle. On one hand, Luthen is not letting Lonnie out, even though he wants that one way out. And on the other hand, it contrasts with the other main storyline this episode, which is the prison break. And they keep chanting that line, one way out. So while they're getting out, Lonnie is getting sucked even further in. This show overall really does a great job at humanizing people not even on both sides, we'll say on all sides here. They do a great job at humanizing the rebels. Some people are just rebels, just fighting against the Empire, and that's it. Some people are like Luthen, they're running a rebel network, but they're willing to maybe even take things a bit far to keep those secrets a secret, and you don't know what they're willing to do, but you still understand where he's coming from. And then you have Imperial officers like Deidre, who is very humanized. You kind of almost relate to her struggle to ascend the ranks and kind of be doubted by people in the beginning. People like Deidre and Surreal, who we relate to, they're just straight up Empire. They just want to crush the rebellion. And then you have people like Lonnie, who are working for the Empire, but also working for the rebellion, caught in the middle. And we feel for all these people because the series has done such a tremendous job at humanizing them. You see that Lonnie was talking about everything he sacrificed. We know that he has a wife and daughter, and he asks Luthen, what have you sacrificed? And Luthen kind of goes into descriptive detail there and eventually says, I've sacrificed everything. His description was really deep, and it just kind of shows the mindset of these people that are involved in the rebellion and what goes on in their minds, what they're actually thinking about on a day-to-day basis. Like he says, his mind, he shares his dreams with ghosts and he feels very lonely and things of that nature. And it just goes to show just how much of a mental and physical toll that the rebellion takes on you. And you wonder, honestly, if it's more physical or mental. So Luthen is saying that he sacrificed everything. Lonnie's obviously making sacrifices. And what Luthen also basically says is that what they are doing is working to create a future that is free of the Empire for future generations to enjoy, not us. We're probably not going to live to see the results of our hard work. And so that is pretty much the ultimate sacrifice. You can't make a sacrifice bigger than that. It's either going to be a long time after continually putting in this work before you start to see the results, or you could die trying. So that's basically, I think, what he means when he says we're not going to live to see the results of our work. And then of course, during the prison break, you see them making sacrifices too. You know, they all basically risked their lives to do what needed to be done and eventually escape. You look at Mon Mothma, and she is doing business dealings with that man. I believe his name is Davo. And, you know, he doesn't want any fee or anything from her. And I guess that's kind of what she's used to. She's used to kind of paying people for their services. But how do you deal with somebody that says money doesn't mean anything to them anymore? You kind of know that they're probably gonna want you to pay them back in some other way. And we saw just what that was. He was basically insinuating some type of marriage proposal between his son and her daughter, and Mon Mothma was not having any of it. But it does beg the question, what will Mon Mothma's sacrifice be? Because we know a few episodes back, Vel says everybody has their own rebellion. So I guess that means that everybody has their own sacrifice as well. So Mon Mothma has to figure out what that is going to be. I think she's going to learn quick that she's going to have to change her ways in what she's used to in order to accomplish what she wants to accomplish. Everybody kind of is in their own prison, even if they're not physically in a prison. Perhaps the most heartbreaking thing is that they're putting in all this legwork now, the rebels, in hopes of securing a better future. And it's something that they are successful with for a minute, but then, as we know in the sequel trilogy, the First Order comes back. So it kind of seems like it's a constant cycle of fighting back and you getting that freedom only to have it taken away again in the future by some other force, and then the fight resumes again. So it's constantly a back and forth cat and mouse kind of fight. So yeah, the prison break scene, that was really intense. As Cassian said, we're not going to get another opportunity. This is our chance to go for it. And luckily they pulled it off. I was really worried that it would kind of end up like the heist where most of them would die trying or they wouldn't be successful. There was really good dialogue that was exchanged between Cassian and Andy Serkis's character, Kino. And one of the lines spoken was that power doesn't panic. And I just thought that was so powerful because, oh, no pun intended, powerful. All this time we've been talking about the Empire and their power. How much power do they really have? You could argue that it's an illusion. You look at Cassian, he's somebody that has slipped behind enemy lines on more than one occasion because he takes advantage of the fact that they are distracted, and that's what he did again here by launching this prison attack. It really just shows that the Empire only has the power that the people afford them. And all this time, the people have been made to feel small, like nothing. You know, we talked about this in the last video. The prison uniforms literally blend right into the walls, and then you have a few officers that are wearing dark colors, all black, and they're the ones with all the weapons. But this episode just goes to show you that just because you have the weapons and you have the high ground, it doesn't mean that you in fact have the power. And the Empire, I think, deep down knows this. And like he said, that's why they were panicking. Perhaps this show of force is actually a reflection of the Empire's fear of what could go wrong if they were not to have that power. And if anything, the prison break showed just how the rebellion is going to be able to take down the Empire in the end. When everybody is awake and aware of what's going on, they'll band together in numbers that will be too overwhelming for the Empire. And so that's what we saw this episode. Anyways, guys, great episode. You guys let me know down below in the comments, as always, what you thought of the episode. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, guys. And I will see you for the next episode of Andor. Until next time, guys, take care and see you soon.